This is Join Hands with Heaven. This is it's a real short book. It tells of six. It's just telling the story about 6 different prophetic visions that I had back in 2023, in which I believe God was showing me what was happening in the spirit realm then, what is happening now, what is going to happen in the future. It's a very exciting book. It reads like an adventure novel. There's lots of explosions and fire and fighting and angels and all kinds of stuff. So soldiers. And so anyway, if you like that kind of stuff. And so I'm going to read a little bit about this because at the beginning of the book, I described some angels. And so I want to just read part of the very beginning, first couple of pages here. And so this starts off in reality. I'm sharing where I was when I started having the visions. So this all happened in 2023, the series of 6 visions that God gave me and I realized after I had like maybe the 3rd or 4th vision that these are all the same thing. God is showing me visions of the same events from different vantage points. So it was very fascinating. I've never had an experience like that before. And then he told me, write it down. And so that's what this is. And so it was happening have any of you ever participated in 21 days of prayer? So this happens twice a year, and there's hundreds, probably thousands of churches across the United States that participate in this. And the home church, I think, is in Alabama. I can't remember the name of the home church, but anyway, they're the ones that lead this whole thing. And so it's a live stream event, just kind of like my show, live streamed. And so all these churches that are participating, they show the live stream. And so I guess it's about an hour long, starts at 5:00 in the morning, is every day for 21 days. And they do it in August and then they do it in January. And so every single day for 21 days, you go and you're live streaming. So you are seeing the home church. They have praise and worship, and then they have prayer. And they're praying about, like, every day is a different topic. So they're praying for the world, praying for our country, praying for regions, praying for different topics and things like that. So the most powerful part of it is that you've got probably tens of thousands of maybe even more people, Christians around the United States, and even in some other countries, who are all praying the same thing at the same time. And it's really, really super powerful. So when I was participating in that back in 2023, I had this series of visions during that. So it started off there. So I was at my church and we were praying, surrounded by all these other people praying. And so and I could see the building fill up with angels. So because I see angels all the time. So anyway, I'm describing angels. So the healing angels arrived first. The ministering healing angels rushed into our midst, wrapping their strong healing arms around us, infusing our souls with God's peace. Healing angels are tall, translucent, white, and serene. Their presence always fills me with peace. They examined our souls with their deep eyes, searching out our emotional hurts and physical sicknesses. They gently placed their healing hands inside of our bodies, massaging wounded hearts, sore muscles, aching bones. They sat with us in our pain, embracing our bodies and spirits. The guardian angels came next. They were filled with happy animated life. Hundreds of them joyously danced as we sang. We were singing worship songs. They swirled through the room, around and above us, locking hands together as they spun faster and faster, laughing. They are aware when I can see them and seem to enjoy interacting with me, winking, grinning, making faces. They have so much fun. The guardian angels are more defined than other sorts of angels that I've observed. They have unique facial features, different hairstyles, and obvious personalities. God seems to allow them more personal expression than the others. Some of them are breathtakingly beautiful, while others are plain. Some have wings, others do not. It's all such a glorious mystery. My own guardian angel, and yes, I believe they are real. I believe that we all have at least one guardian angel. My own guardian angel has been my companion since birth. I remember us playing together when I was a little child. People thought that I had an imaginary friend. Back then, he would often appear to me as a large white cartoonish rat, maybe kind of a white version of Mickey Mouse, something that a child would not be afraid of. He was my regular playmate when I was a child, my one kind companion through a sad, lonely, emotionally abusive childhood. These days, I see him in his angelic form, 7 feet tall, with an unruly, longish mop of blonde hair framing his boyish face that readily erupts into a wide grin at the slightest provocation. He's rather mischievous and loves to tease and joke. Yes, really. He makes funny faces and does goofy dances to make me laugh. Angels have senses of humor, and so does God. Once I asked him to tell me his name. He laughed and he said he could tell me, but I wouldn't be able to understand it because it is in an angelic language. Then he said it, and sure enough, it was an unintelligible garble to my human ears. So I just call him Angel. And he was there in the sanctuary that day, hamming it up with the rest of the guardian angels. Next, the dazzling seraphim fire angels hovered above us. Red-orange tongues of flames emanated from their hair, fingertips, and the ends of their long white robes. The fire angels appear feminine and smaller than other angels, slight and delicate. They are singing angels, and they move within the sound waves of our praise music. Their clear melodic praises blended with ours in a magnificent symphony of worship. Their voices harmonized in hundreds of octaves higher and lower than raw human ears can hear. Only my spirit ears can perceive their majestic chorus. They carry the fire of God's glory. And above them hovered the most marvelous music director angel. This angel had appeared to me only once before, the previous week. Her long, thick, velvety robe fluttered softly around her above us in luminous purples, greens, and magentas. Her face was strikingly beautiful. Her long golden hair shimmered. I have never seen such an exquisite angel. She looked directly at me and smiled her brilliant smile. My breath caught. Her beauty melted me. I do believe that God seldom allows us to see his angels because we would be so tempted to worship them. They are so much more magnificent than anything on our crude physical earth. All angels carry God's glory. They would not receive our worship even if we tried. They worship Jesus, God themselves, and insistently direct my gaze toward him. They often point to him during our interactions, where he is usually hovering above us, shining down his brilliant glory upon us. Occasionally, they make a grand fanfare of simultaneously stopping their worshipful dance, staring straight at me, and then suddenly turning toward God, flinging their arms above their heads in unison, hands upraised to him in passionate praise. They worship only Jesus, God. So that's the beginning of Join Hands with Heaven.